The Italian America show is sponsored by full sponsorship. Cento Fine Foods. Trust your family with our family. The Bianchi Law Group. Dr. K, the management professor. The authors of the #1 international best-selling cookbook, Don't Cut the Basil. Dr. Mark D'Annunzio, National 4th Vice President, Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. The Grand Lodges from the following states: New York, Ohio, Virginia, Maryland. Long Shot Productions, Get Back in the Game. ACMT, Excellence in Aerospace Manufacturing. Hello and welcome to the Italian America Show. I am Lisa Marie Falbo, and joining me here today is our National President of Order Sons and Daughters of Italy and America, Bob Bianchi. Hi, Bob.
How's it going, Lisa?
I'm really excited for this one. I know you are too. We also have Dr. Mary Kovac. She's a trustee of the Sons of Italy Foundation and chair of the National Membership Commission. Dr. Mary, how are you?
Lisa, how are you?
Oh, we're doing good. And our guest of honor today is Mike Carioscia, the CEO of Hardcore Italians. I'm sure if you're watching this, you're following them on Instagram. Hopefully you have some of their merch. And we're going to do a deep dive today into the brand and how it all came to be. Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I love merch, Lisa. I love it. That is, in case for the rest of you, let me translate merchandise. Merch. Yes. Hey, Mike.
The Hardcore
listen.
Italians audience knows what I'm talking about.
You're my Jersey girl, so it's no problem. The merch.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the merch. Yeah. And speaking of the merch, Mike, it's really an honor to have you. I'm really excited for you to be on. From the time that I became national president, I started seeing this hardcore Italians thing popping up on my feed on Instagram and Facebook, and I was saying to my staff, I'm like, I love what these people are doing. As you know, we're the oldest and largest Italian American organization in the country. We, our men and women, donate tens of millions of dollars to charities. But I love your stuff because while we do all that great stuff, there's such a flair and a fun, and you really nail it in terms of the messaging on a lot of the things. Some people say it's kind of edgy, but I think it's kind of cool. So I guess my first thing for you, Mike, I like to ask you is like, how did this business start? I got a 3-part question that we were going to ask, but how did the business start? If you could tell us.
Yeah, so it actually started just from me playing baseball as a kid. My dad started a company up. Basically, he was my coach for baseball. So he would start making our uniforms, and he kind of started getting connections with silk screeners and people who make products. And he just loved being Italian. So he made like that hardcore Italian design with the skull. And he always said like, play hardcore. So he was kind of making all these shirts that said hardcore on them. And it started from there. It was his thing. And he got so many good compliments on the Italian design he made that like all his friends wanted one. And then they started asking him for shirts. He would print more. And then people he didn't even know would start asking him for stuff. Like the friends of friends would ask him. And then he kind of came to me and was like, hey, Mike, how do I do the eBay stuff, the social media stuff? And that's kind of when we partnered 50-50 from there. And then I kind of helped him with the online, and he was starting with the product.
Yeah, so let me go to part B of my first question is, obviously the social media is a huge component. We're trying very hard ourselves to do that. And I love that you guys have like what I call all the elements of production. Me being in the media business to a certain extent, you got older people, younger people, you got how to date an Italian woman and the grandma giving advice, and you have great product. I mean, it's just so, but you're taking it to a new level with the social media piece. And I'm wondering, you obviously have turned, from what I understand, this into an amazing business. And the fact that you and your dad are, kind of started this together, and you're able to do something you're passionate about being Italian. Talk to our audience about following your passions and what obstacles did you confront that you overcame, and how is the business doing?
Business is doing well. I'm like really focused on growing it. Basically, it was always kind of a side thing. Like you said, it's something we're passionate about. So it was just always fun. Like it was a little side money for us at the time. And I was in college, kind of just doing the social media. And my dad would like pack the orders at the house. And then I got a job after college. And after a while, I realized that, I didn't really like the job, and I realized I can potentially make more money with hardcore if I just took it over full time. So I kind of took a leap, and, just taking that leap right there was an obstacle because we didn't really take any profits or anything. I pretty much like risked all the profit from that we built over 5 years of the company, like, and just like took a shot getting a warehouse, hiring people. And just right there it was a pretty big obstacle to like get set up and make it legit and turn it into a full-time job for me and make sure that that was rolling. But from there, that's kind of when it really started taking off though, because when I put my full focus in it, instead of doing like part-time in college, working on posts at night, or, like going to work, coming home, doing stuff, like when I would focus full time, that's when it really started kicking off. And then from there, it just kept, reinvesting, putting money back into it, putting more time into it, hiring more people for them to put their time into it. And yeah, it's been going well.
Yeah, the last part of my first question was supposed to be about mindset, but I think you probably hit it when you said do what you love, what's fun. So I'll segue into talk to us a little bit about your viewership. How many people, how you've grown in terms of people that have eyeballs on your stuff. And I have to ask, these people that are in your little vignettes that you do, are they actors, or are people sending stuff to you and you're then converting it and using it?
I have a social media manager now, and he basically just is really like, his main thing is networking. He's always talking to creators, and we're collaborating with a lot of people. We're trying to just basically make connections in the Italian American community. And it's a win-win, because they love being posted and featured, and then we have engagement too. And we kind of work with a lot of people, and some people it turns out to more, and we're working with them more regularly. Sometimes it's once in a while. Sometimes it's a lot with some people, then they stop posting or something, they have something else going on. And, then I don't know, it's always, we're always just talking to people, and we really want to do what's best for the person that we're talking to. And, you know what I mean? We're just, the more people you talk to, kind of more connections you make, and the easier that becomes,
Okay, excellent. Thanks. Okay, Mary.
Well, thanks for sharing your time with us today. Your segments, you mentioned the impact that your grandparents had on you. Can you tell us a little bit about that and where your family is from in Italy?
Yeah, I mean, that's everything to me. My family's from Cosenza, Calabria. And I mean, the impact there is basically just, they pretty much helped raise me, like they would always be there. I always remember them being around. I probably wouldn't even have the business if it wasn't for them. Like, they never really had money, and just, I remember like in college, if my car broke down or something, they would give me like $5,000 to go get a new car. Or like, they would just, if I ever had a problem, they would run and take me to the doctor. They were just always there, always around. They really didn't have much at all. And they kind of like, I say it all the time, they gave me everything, like they taught me like how to be a like good human being, all that stuff. So they pretty much like, I owe it all to them,
That generation gave selflessly. It's amazing.
Something I learned over time too is like, as a kid, that was kind of normal for me. You kind of expect everyone to run and jump for you, or like always be there, or whatever. Like, you kind of grow older, and then you realize that's not the way the world really is. And you kind of start realizing like, wow, how they treated you was special. And, that's kind of where like, I want to keep that going for forever, because I just think that's such like an amazing thing.
Yep, absolutely.
What's the secret to my famous margarita pizza? Fresh basil, fresh mozzarella, and cento.
People ask my wife, what's the secret to your bolognese?
A little of this, a pinch of that, and cento.
Grandma passed on 2 family secrets. Saute, don't fry,
and always cook with cento.
It's no secret that the best tasting dishes use cento, San Marzano tomatoes imported from Italy, with nothing added, just authentic flavor for authentic Italian cooking. Cento, trust your family with our family.
It's an immense honor to be here.
I just think that this gala is such a great opportunity for kids all around the country.
And this means so much to me on an even deeper level.
You're helping a lot of young kids.
Hoorah! Thank you for this Lifetime Achievement Award.
I thank you very much, Jenna. I'm very honored.
May God bless you all.
Thank you for thinking I'm worthy of this.
We can sing in the glow of a song that I know of. Our love is in joy, peace of mind.
The Commission for Social Justice, CSJ, is the anti-defamation and positive image arm of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. The CSJ conducts campaigns at both community and national levels that support cultural and social issues of importance to Italian Americans, including the preservation of Columbus Day and his legacy. For more information on the CSJ or to donate, contact us today. The Sons of Italy Foundation is the philanthropic arm of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. It was founded in 1959 with the purpose of preserving Italian American culture, encouraging educational excellence among Italian Americans, and assisting in other areas such as veterans' causes and disaster relief. To date, the Sons of Italy Foundation has given tens of millions of dollars to these efforts. For more information on the foundation or to donate, contact us today.
We need like a Italy trip. The order needs to organize an Italy trip. So
Lisa, this week, you're taking the thought out of my head. I'm like,
really?
We've got to do absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We got to do it because we have all the resources, we have the connections, and we could really, from top to bottom, put together a nice tour.
Yeah, Mike, we'll let you know if we do it because you'll get lots of material. Trust me.
Definitely.
And I want to go to, but like, I have my cousin, he went and visited the exact house my grandparents were from and stuff. And he was just like, all the words he had to say about it were incredible. Like he seriously, I think he wants to move there when he retires and go back to Italy. And like, it's crazy. So I want to go bad. After I talked to him and he visited, I'm like, man, I've been itching kind of to go.
Yeah. And what you said too about your grandparents, I consider my grandparents my second set of parents, very similar, always there for me for whatever I needed. So it's very special that you have enjoyed that bond. So getting back to Hardcore Italians, I know that you typically receive thousands of views for each of your Instagram posts. Tell us your secret, because I know you have to do a lot of work to get that kind of visibility on your content.
It's a family business, so everyone kind of pitches in with ideas and what to post. And, it's just a community like around us too in Chicago of all the Italian people we know. They're always sending us stuff. And just over time, you just start to get a lot of ideas and you kind of get a feel for what people like to see. And it takes some time and figuring out. And, now I have more people taking it seriously every day. And it's a full-time job, social media. It really is. It's tough work. What worked last week might not work this week. And you got to change this, and that. You really have to make it a big focus. And even then it's like not guaranteed,
No. So on that, the trends are always changing, as you said, but what do you think at this point of time, what resonates with your audience?
We try to be real inclusive with our audience. Like we want people who are 100% from Italy and Italian to really enjoy the page. And we want people who maybe are 1% or they have friends who are Italian and like be interested in the page too. So we just post a mix of everything, to be honest with you. And then if you're posting frequently, it's kind of rare. Sometimes we'll say, oh my God, this post is going to have 1 million likes. Like this is insanely funny or whatever. And then you post it and it doesn't do anything. And then sometimes we're like debating putting something up and you kind of throw it up and it's like your best video for the year or something like that. So it's a little bit of it's random. And then you also kind of want to be, like you said, on trends, or even, like when Italy won the Euro Cup, just posting about it fast. Like, the second they won the game, we're posting t-shirts, we're posting, the updates, and people appreciate like the news updates. I think that helps too. And just being on top of when something comes out.
Of course. So apart from social media, I know that you have a very successful blog. Who in the family is running that?
So that's my girlfriend who actually is doing that right now.
Very cool. And same thing, is she collaborating with your social media manager? Is she coming up with topics on her own?
Yeah, pretty much. So she kind of a mix of both, you know. So the way she likes to do it is she kind of just has inspiration. Like she'll write down a bunch of ideas, and then when she works, like she already has 50 ideas to go off of. And the way it is too, like a lot of our family has ideas left and right, just nonstop ideas. Like being an Italian company, there's so many fun things you could do and talk about and write about. So it's kind of like we have no shortage of ideas, you know. We're always sending each other stuff, and yeah, just kind of, I think writing it down helps. And that way, when it's time to like put them in action, you have something to go off of. And if something clicks in your brain on one of the ideas, you can run with it, you know?
Absolutely. Before I toss to Bob, really fast, where are you on social media and how can people watching right now find you?
We try to be on every platform possible. Our biggest two are Facebook and Instagram, but you know, we're on TikTok, Pinterest, Discord, YouTube. So you could literally search Hardcore Italians anywhere and we should come up.
Hey, Bob, we know to manage all of those social media sites, it's a heavy lift, but you're doing such a wonderful job. So kudos to you and your family.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Bob? Yeah. So, Mike, just to give our audience an understanding, because we're kind of talking around the peripheral of what it is that you're doing. You're talking about all this creative content, whether it's the blogs or whether it's on Instagram. Give us an idea of what content you're actually putting out there. What it looks like, so our audience can go there and know what to expect. And secondly, what was your most prolific or greatest number of eyeballs that you've had on? Give us an example of what the theme of that post was.
Yeah, so we kind of it's a lot of memes, you know, we try to do memes, news, I mean a mix of everything, food, travel. Obviously the memes I think do the best, in the videos, like people submit funny videos of what they do at home. If it's Italian, we post it. And it's kind of just a mix of all things Italian, you know? And sorry, what was the second part to the question? Just
what was the one that got the most attraction?
I think like the past year, they're kind of like I said, the events. I know like when COVID happened, we were posting about that and a lot of the posts went viral. And same thing with the Euro Cup, a lot of viral stuff there. I think those kind of things were the top, you know, views, like if you look at the past couple of years. And I think there's a few like funny videos in there as well, you know, like TikToks and stuff like that did good.
Well, maybe if you give us some permission on one of them that you choose, we'll actually post it as part of the show so people can get an idea of what it is that we're talking about. Mary?
So before I ask my next question, I'm going to show people a little bit about your merchandise. So this one says Paisans. This one, Lucky to be Italian. And then this one is Gnocchi, kind of like Gucci. And so what's your inspiration for your products?
Kind of same thing like everything, you know, everyone's pitching in opinions. A lot of times too, we'll take, you know, if we notice something's doing really well on social media, we'll take it and use it for an inspiration for a shirt. And there's kind of a mix between like everyone throwing ideas and also like what's working well here, let's try it here, and kind of expanding on what we're doing in other areas. But, you know, I think with ideas for merch too, like we probably have a list of like 100 design ideas that we want to do. And sometimes we just like, you know, when it's time we want to do something new, we kind of just discuss and see what's best and plan it out from there.
So you guys have been pretty successful across the board. What's next?
There's kind of a lot of things on our plate. Like I said, we're always reinvesting into the business. Right now, I'm like really focused on the merch side of things, just trying to grow our audience there. Like I want more of the people who follow us on social media to buy a shirt and kind of get a feel for the quality and how fast it ships and how much detail we put into it, stuff like that. That's my main focus right now. But what's next is, I mean, there's, like I said, we have no shortage of ideas. There's events we want to do. There's other areas other than apparel of stuff we want to sell that we can get into. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of, I don't want to give too much away, but there's kind of a lot of ideas we have planned.
At any point, I'm happy to be a testimonial for you. I mean, it's high quality, it's fun merchandise, it feels good on, it's a great fit. Like you said, it ships quick. So no complaints here. I'm happy to.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't realize you guys are big fans of the merch like that and had it and stuff. That's very cool. So thank you for supporting. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, after we get done with this, actually, I'd like to talk to you after having this interview. Maybe there's something that we can do together, because we're all about you know, promoting Italian companies and assisting Italians and doing all things towards charity. So who knows, maybe we can work something out.
To be honest, I would love doing something for charity. Like we did it for COVID too. And when that happened, like Italy was the hardest hit. So we came out, I don't know if you guys read that article. We came out with a shirt and we donated the profits to Italy. And we donated like $17,000 to Italy to like help hospitals and stuff like that. And we're kind of always looking to donate. Like we want to have more shirts where we donate a portion to charity, and we just kind of need more connections on that side of things. As you know what I mean? Because we just love giving back. Like that's one of our biggest things. And like I said, most of our connections are more social media related and not so much like you guys have people on deck ready to go for Italy. You got the charities and stuff. So let us know if you think we could have a collaboration shirt, or I'm sure there's things we could work on. We definitely should talk more.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Mike.
Watch the Italian America Show every Sunday night at 8 p.m. on News 12 Plus and celebrate the best of Italian American culture. Each week, we will feature an exclusive interview with a prominent Italian American from around the country. You can watch the Italian America Show on Optimum 61, Verizon 530, or stream live from anywhere on News12.plus. For more on Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America, visit osdia.org and follow along on social media.
What's the secret to my famous margarita pizza? Fresh basil, fresh mozzarella, and cento.
People ask my wife, what's the secret to your bolognese?
A little of this, a pinch of that, and cento.
Grandma passed on 2 family secrets. Saute, don't fry,
and always cook with cento.
It's no secret that the best tasting dishes use cento, San Marzano tomatoes imported from Italy, with nothing added, just authentic flavor for authentic Italian cooking. Cento, trust your family with our family.
Join the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America's New York Grand Lodge and celebrate your Italian pride. You'll be one of thousands representing the Italian-American community in New York State. Members enjoy a variety of community, cultural, charitable, educational, and civic activities geared toward preserving and promoting our proud Italian heritage. For more information on how to join, please visit nysosaya.org or call 1-800-322-6742.
My name is Bob Bianchi. I'm the national president of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America, the largest and oldest Italian-American organization in the United States, with also lodges in Canada and Italy. It's my great honor to preside over the Supreme Lodge as the national president, and also as the chairman of the board to our 2 arms of the organization, the Sons of Italy Foundation, which has donated tens of millions of dollars for charities, scholarships, veterans, and all sorts of positive causes, as well as the other arm of the organization, which is the Commission for Social Justice. That's our anti-discrimination and positive image arm of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. It is a great organization to be involved in. With an Italian flair, you can help contribute to your community, to our veterans causes, to all of our charities, to the scholarships, and be part of a great organization that does such great work. All you got to do is go to www.osia.org and join the party. We'd love to have you. Thank you.
And Mary could be one of your celebrity ambassadors. Do you have actually celebrity ambassadors for the line? Maybe, there's so many Italians out there in Hollywood, but have you engaged with any of those folks?
Yeah, so we message people here and there. To be honest with you, we find that like ambassadors between, if they have like 10,000 to 50,000 or 100,000, that's kind of a good sweet spot because they're so like targeted with being Italian. If you think about it, like if we had Sylvester Stallone as an ambassador and he posts something, 90% of the people who follow him aren't Italian. So they you're not going to get as much value there. Obviously it would be huge if he took a picture wearing the shirt and stuff like that. But I'm just saying like percentage of the audience, we kind of like to work with the smaller to mid-sized people. And yeah, that's kind of what we really mainly aim for,
Well, we could talk about that offline as well, because here in the Northeast, it's a jackpot, which, in New York, New Jersey, Italians. You spoke about how you gave back to Italy, and I think that's amazing. Are there any other initiatives or causes that you're working on that you want to publicize here?
One of the things we really wanted to do was donate to like St. Joseph's tables. We did that once a couple years ago, but the local one we've been donating to kind of, you know what I mean, with COVID, they haven't been doing it the past couple of years. And, we really like St. Joseph's Day a lot. And, we had that shirt, and I was kind of looking to say like, the first year we did it, we donated the proceeds to like the table that we went to and supplied food. But the past couple of years, we just been selling it, and we haven't had anywhere to donate to. So that's probably the next biggest thing I like to lock down, is having, that go to a good cause. Because that's such a day of like giving, and I love everything that that's about, and I want to participate in that for sure.
That's great. Well, before we close, Bob, Mary, do you have any other questions?
No, I just have a statement. I'm more interested in what it is that you're doing the more I see, and now meeting you. And I think that you'll actually be very impressed. We have a national headquarters down in Washington, D.C. We have that very market that you're looking for. I didn't anticipate this when we started the interview, but like I said, we love partnering with Italian companies. And you'd also be surprised, and maybe you're in this area. We also have lodges in Canada and in Rome, Italy. So I find that there's also a lot of marketing for Italian products in America over in Italy, which is kind of interesting. So we have contacts out there. We're developing them as well. So we'll definitely talk offline, Mike.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, this was so much fun. One more time, give your website where people can find out more about you and to buy your merch and follow what's next.
Yeah, so to shop the merch, go to hardcoreitalians.com, and then whatever social media is your favorite, just type us in at Hardcore Italians, and we should pop up there. So you can find all our updates and stuff like that there. And also, if you sign up for our email and our SMS list, things like that, that's where you kind of get the company updates and updates of what we're doing with the merch and stuff like that too.
Great. Thank you so much, Mike. Mary, Bob, always a pleasure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the Italian America show. We'll see you next time.
For more related topics in this series, please visit our YouTube channel, Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America.
For more information on Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America and how to join, please visit osdia.org. Please also follow us on social media. The Italian America show is sponsored by Full Sponsorship, Cento Fine Foods, Trust Your Family with Our Family, the Bianchi Law Group, Dr. K, the Management Professor, the authors of the #1 international best-selling cookbook, Don't Cut the Basil, Dr. Mark D'Annunzio, National 4th Vice President, Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. The Grand Lodges from the following states: New York, Ohio, Virginia, Maryland. Long Shot Productions, Get Back in the Game. ACMT, Excellence in Aerospace Manufacturing.
After a holiday break, the Italian American show will return on January 8th, 2023 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.